When ASUS launched the Zenfone 3 series this year, a lot of you people were disappointed primarily because of the higher prices of these devices. Yet, with their new phone, this disappointment continues. This is the ASUS Zenfone 3 Max, as you would have guessed in the title of this video, and this has been priced at 18,000 rupees. Now, if you recall my review of the ASUS Zenfone 3, I did not blast it for being an overpriced device. In fact, I think it was genuinely not a bad device and it is one of the few good compact phones out there. Yet, there is not one single reason I can think of with this smartphone to recommend it to anyone. If you don't know me yet, my name is Sid, and in this video we discuss whether or not you should be buying the ASUS Zenfone 3 Max based on my review of the device. And I would like to clear one thing out. There is another variant available of this device, a 5.2 inch variant with an HD display for a price tag of 13,000 rupees. This video, however, is about the higher end variant, the one priced at 18,000 bucks. Having said that, let's dive in. Bill Gates once said, if you can't make it good, at least make it look good. And ASUS has done just that. The phone looks very good from all angles. It's got a very premium design which is made up of metal from the back, metal from the sides. And even though the device is a bit weighty on the paper, the weight distribution is quite nice. The overall look and feel of the device is quite premium. Heading to the front, you get a 2.5D curved glass which is protected by Corning's Gorilla Glass 3. So the looks of this device are quite nice. If I compare them to say a Xiaomi Redmi Note 3 or Moto G4 Plus, I think this one stands out better. And even though the antenna bands are visible on the back, on top and bottom, they aren't really a bother. The only bother with the design is that it's a bit slippery for my liking and it keeps on falling. However, the phone is a bit too durable to stand it. Let me now talk about the fingerprint scanner which is on the back. It does work fine. However, it's a bit too slow and erratic for my liking. In fact, I stopped using the fingerprint scanner. I now sign in only using the password, the numeric password. Heading now to display, you get a 5.5 inch Full HD screen, which is at par with what the competition offers. However, it isn't the same in terms of the viewing angles, the brightness, the color quality, and it generates a bit too much of reflection. But software features like the blue light filter, which ease eye strain in the dark, are welcomed. But the software in general is not the best one out there. I have gone in depth on the software in my ASUS Zenfone 3 review, so do check that out for reference. But I'll give you a quick gist of the good and the bad. Starting with the bad. There is a bit too much of bloatware pre-installed on this phone, and while apps like Facebook and Share It are welcomed, having dozens of apps from ASUS such as Do It Later, Mini Movie, Zen Circle, and a couple of other third-party apps like Kindle and Puffin feel a bit too much. Also, many of these apps can't be uninstalled and some of them are in fact not stable too. Apart from that, there are trivial issues I have with its bubbly nature, its incompatibility with Google apps. Okay Google. Okay Google. Okay Google. Google. And its uncomfortable recents menu, which places the last app below the buttons, making it a chore to close it. But there are some good things too, including themes, gestures, shortcuts, and the extensive game launcher which records and even broadcasts your gameplay apart from doing other stuff. And while there are provisions for gaming itself isn't the best here. There are some noticeable frame drops you find when running high-end games at high graphics. And that is expected considering the phone has a Snapdragon 430 CPU. Now, this is the same CPU that powers the Xiaomi Redmi 3S. However, that device is priced at 7,000 rupees. It works there. Here, it just seems disappointing. Now, I'm not saying the phone is slow in general performance. In terms of day-to-day tasks, it's fine. However, it is not as snappy as its peer in the same price bracket. Having said that, the 3GB RAM on board does seem sufficient, even though the Zen UI is very aggressive in closing the background apps, which makes the RAM kind of useless. Oh, and talking about useless stuff, the phone comes with a 16 megapixel rear camera with an f2.0 aperture with 3 kinds of focusing. You get laser autofocus, you get face detection autofocus, you get continuous autofocus mechanisms, and the focusing time claimed by ASUS is 0.03 seconds. And it sounds so cool and all in terms of paper and in terms of specs, but the real life camera performance is pathetic. You can surely get a good shot when outdoors, but that's the only place you'll get those. Indoor shots can be decent only if you focus for a while with steady hands, or else the objects will be blurred. And the night shots are unacceptable. They are too noisy and too grainy, and the phone on many occasions wrongly goes into the night mode even when there is plenty of light available. Apart from that, the focusing speeds are worse than phones half its price. For videos, the quality doesn't change much. The colors are washed out for the most part, but to top it all up, the phone doesn't have 4K video recording capabilities, nor does it have an optical image stabilizer. However, the camera app is pretty intensive in terms of what it offers. You get manual mode, low light mode, super resolution mode, and 9 other modes, including a lot of effects and filters. But again, that does not compensate for poor quality. Even the front camera, which has ample of beautification, seems underwhelming. But then, what is the strength of this device? Well, the max suffix at the end denotes high battery capacity. The phone has got a 4100 mAh of battery, which in terms of cell size is similar to the one you would find on a Lenovo Zook Z1 or a Xiaomi Redmi Note 3. However, given Zen UI's power efficiency, you get a phone that can give you up to 6 hours of screen on time on average, and a phone that lasts at easily a day and a half with even extensive usage. In fact, the battery life is so damn good that you can use this phone to charge other devices of yours. It can act as a power bank for them. Surprisingly, however, the phone itself needs some time to charge. The phone does not have fast charging, so on average it used to take me around 3 hours to get it back to full, which is a pain considering other peers are offering this convenience. Coming to extra features now, you get a dual hybrid SIM slot, one of which can act as a memory card slot too. You get 4G VoLTE and you also get FM radio on this phone. And that concludes my review for the Zenfone 3 Max. And now let me seal it all with my verdict. So, how's the phone? Well, the phone is disappointing in almost all regards. May it be performance, may it be cameras, may it be pricing. In fact, with a price tag of 18,000 rupees, it directly competes with the likes of Lenovo ZUK Z2 Plus, with the likes of Xiaomi Mi 5, with the likes of OnePlus 2. And the phone is not at all at par with them. The only advantage the ASUS Zenfone 3 Max has is that it is available in offline stores, offline retail stores. However, even if you are an ASUS fan, you can put in some more money and get an ASUS Zenfone 3 with better cameras, better performance on board. It does have a good battery life, but I do not know how many people would want to spend that much money to buy a power bank. And it's actually very sad. ASUS was established as a brand which used to give good hardware at good pricing as an alternative to the Chinese hegemony. But because ASUS is a Taiwanese brand, if you don't know, but now it seems that they have lost the track of it with devices of this sort. Maybe ASUS Zenfone 4 lineup would be better. And that's my honest review of the ASUS Zenfone 3 Max. Do tell me what your opinions are in the comment box below after you have liked and shared this video with your friends. If you haven't already, do subscribe to our channel. My name is Sid. Keep loving me, keep seeing me. Ciao.